I've got a few minutes and I wanted to jump on here and talk about the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuits. So yes, I read the initial 80-page lawsuit, then I guess you could call it the complaint, then the comeback by Justin that was 87 pages, and then I think the actual final one by Blake that was 93 pages. And I know the internet is saying like, wow, oh my God, look at all the information that Blake's team left out. That's total strategy. But I want you guys to remember that the strategy is also on Justin's team too. So all those red lines, all those arrows, everything you're seeing in his lawsuit is very sensationalized, is very dramatic, and it is also drawing your eye towards little things like Blake's team purposely cut out a smiley face upside down emoji. But if you look past all of that drama and tap dancing, what you see is that there was still an orchestrated smear campaign against Blake Lively. And what you'll also see is that Justin was very, very into protecting his image. And why do you need to do that? I think what I also find very notable is that Blake has been Blake since she was young. She has not changed. Her acting, like I'm not going to comment on her acting being like the greatest, but it's been the same. Her interview style, her personality, everything has been the same over the years. So why now? Why now are we all freaking out? And people are saying, oh, it's the rights to the movie and blah, blah, blah. This woman has just possibly ruined her career for coming out with a lawsuit. And it's a woman in Hollywood. Nothing ends well when you put yourself in a situation like this. You can't tell which way it's going to go. And the fact that we are all hating on, I shouldn't say we because I'm not, that so many people are hating on Blake Lively with so little information to me is horrifying. Now, I know in some videos I have said negative things about Justin, and it's because I just don't get this vibe from him that I enjoy. And I think that if somebody is trying so hard to be seen as a feminist, that they're almost caring about women more than women themselves, then maybe something is up. And I question his motive. I question a lot about what's going on with him. I also question why initially he sued the New York Times and he did not sue Blake directly. So now what we wait for is a lawsuit from Justin to Blake, and I'm curious what that will read. I would love to see the unedited text messages. I'm sure they both look like total assholes. We never want our text messages to be released, and we all talk a lot of shit. Again, I'm sure the media and the world is going to completely overanalyze these messages like they do with everything. But I caution you to really go at Blake Lively, because if this woman really endured sexual harassment, if there was assault, if she was vulnerable from just having a child, there was a meeting partway through filming where her husband had to come in, and they said that Justin and the male people on staff couldn't do what they were doing anymore. She felt that uncomfortable. Like he couldn't talk about her smells. He couldn't touch her in ways that weren't scripted. Can you imagine having that meeting knowing you have to film this movie and finish it? How awkward. Not even the best actress in the world would want to bring that upon herself. I just don't think we should jump the gun to hating her. But I don't think that we love him, and I'm open to see what happens. And it's really sad that a movie that is so meaningful, a movie about domestic violence, a movie about the nuances of domestic violence, is not being seen for what that book and that movie could have been. And now it's being seen as a legal strategy and a PR publicist smear campaign medley, and both sides are just making it so icky, and it's horrible. So I just wanted to jump on here and say, if you've been a victim of domestic violence, if you've endured this, don't let this take away from your experience. This is just Hollywood hype, and it's going to go away. And you still have that book, and read that book. Empower yourself. Know that Colleen wrote that, and there is passion behind that. And nothing, even narcissistic idiots behind behind the screen, can take away the fact that it is a mind fuck when you are in an abusive relationship. It is a mind fuck when you are gaslit, when you are tied up into a narcissistic cycle of violence. It is all a mind fuck, and even more so when you have children, and even more so when everyone on the outside says, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't see it. Well, that's because you're not the target, you're not the victim, you're not the soft spot, you're not the one that goes through the cycle with the abuser, you're not the one that he focuses on because he knows he can do it and it'll help move him to the next part of the cycle where he feels better. You're not the one he puts the effort into because that's how he releases his emotions, good or bad, whenever they come. So just remember, you have power. You don't have to endure a life like that. There is a way out. And don't lose the mission of that film.